Hi, I'm John Byrne with Poets&Quants. With me today is Sharon Lydon, the Executive Director of the MBA program at Rutgers Business School. Welcome.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Great to have you here.
Thank you.
So tell us about the MBA program at Rutgers. What does it look like? What does it feel like? How has it evolved?
I would say Rutgers Business School is in really great momentum. We have a lot of firsts happening. So this year we had our first incoming class that was 51% women. And we also have our first female dean, Dean Lele. And it's our first time in the top 50 at US News & World Report. So it's a lot of big firsts, a lot of momentum, and we're really excited, and we see even better things to come in the future.
And having met your dean, I can tell you, she's a real dynamo.
Yes.
And it's interesting that her expertise is in supply chain management.
Yes.
Which your school has really carved out a great reputation on.
Yes.
And what's the most popular concentration at the school right now?
Finance, marketing, and supply chain. So really a third and third. And then pharma is a concentration in terms of an industry, so you have to pair it with somebody else. So those four probably are major areas. And then our pharma program is top 10 in the world, top 5 to get your pharma degree in healthcare. So we're really proud of those areas.
Rutgers was just an obvious next step, and I knew I wanted to stay in an area where there was a large concentration of big companies. There's Unilever, P&G, Campbell's Soup Company, and then the big pharmaceutical companies, Bayer, Pfizer, etc. And it was the best choice I made, I believe.
Corporate finance, big focus on that in the school. Obviously pharmaceutical management, I've been around the area. I wanted to do something that's a little bit more on that side of the world.
What's nice about our degree is half of the courses you take are core and the other half are of your choosing. So you can do 2 concentrations easily. And so many people pair it up, pharma, supply chain, pharma, marketing, pharma, finance, or supply chain and finance.
Right.
So first semester they're taking their core classes, they're getting ready for career management and interviewing for their internships and getting to know one another and working in teams. We help guide the students early on to help them figure out what they want to do.
Our goal is to make them competitive MBA candidates.
Right.
It's working one-on-one to make sure they're competitive on paper, resume, cover letter, make sure that they're competitive in person, interviewing skills, the elevator pitch, your story. Then we have other things. We want them to build their online presence. We have an expert come in there to teach them how to do that and how to network with it. We have a company come in and teach them how to work a room, meet up to 25 people without being nervous and not being compelled to only speak to one person. So how to enter and exit a conversation with grace and project the kind of professionalism they should be projecting.
I don't care what background you had, whether you're in finance, whether you were a teacher and you're trying to go into finance, whether you are a fashion designer, which we had, and trying to go into marketing. It's let's start all from the same page, and then you start really kind of building a strong foundation there. And then your coursework and all the interactions and the outside school activities and programs, you kind of, you earn your stripes a little bit.
The fall semester is probably one of the most intense because they're taking their core classes and right away they have to figure out their concentration and what they want to do really early on. So what we've provided are these boot camps.
We have one in marketing, one in supply chain, one in finance, and then another one in consulting.
So every Friday they meet for 3/4 of a day where faculty will come, they'll describe the courses that they teach, we'll have employers come.
About 95% of our students are career changers, and so it's imperative on our part to make sure that we expose them to each of these areas.
And of course, I think crucial to a career changer is the internship. And increasingly, many firms won't even hire people without the sort of summer tryout. What percentage of your students get internships?
95 to 100%. So it's not part of the curriculum, but it's highly encouraged, and it is the, as you just mentioned, the difference between a paradigm shift in your career and not. So the internship is important. In my opinion, if you want to have that kind of shift in your career path, a full-time program with a summer internship is key to that.
And then in the second semester, the core continues?
Yes, the
Okay.
core continues. And so they're taking organizational behavior, strategic management, and then they're taking the core classes in their primary concentration. So if they're a finance major, they're taking the next 2 classes in the finance concentration. If they're supply chain, the 2 required, so to prepare them for their summer internship.
And is there a capstone course or something in the second half?
So we offer a team consulting class where they work on a real project with a real company, and that helps them prepare for their internship in the summer. We have a lot of amazing companies that come semester after semester because they get to work with our students. They have firsthand look at the students that are working in their teams to hire them.
And what companies have participated in that?
So we've got Quest Diagnostics, Tiffany's, Red Bull.
And then what kind of companies come to recruit your students when they graduate?
So we see a variety of different companies. So in the healthcare area, we have really strong partners with biotech and biopharma. So some of those, J&J is our neighbor, and Bayer is a partner, Pfizer, and Bristol-Myers Squibb. Mm-hmm. Those are some of our main partners, and of course there are many other within the pharma industry. Within the consulting area, we have Deloitte Consulting coming to us. We also have North Highland, and then we have consumer packaged goods.
And plus you're not far from Wall Street.
No.
So finance has to weigh fairly significantly given your location and its proximity to New York.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's more of corporate finance is our area of expertise, and back office and investment banks.
So what's the culture like? And what does it feel like to be a student there?
It's like leadership with grit. These are students that are willing to roll up their sleeves and do whatever it takes. They're business students. They have great ideas.
And the fact that you have 51% women, that's very, very high for a business school and a full-time program.
Yes, and Rutgers University, New York is #1 in diversity, I think, for the last over 10 years in diversity. So
Yeah.
I think it's a very supportive culture, not only from the faculty and the staff and the career management department, but also, the students. We help each other, and that's I think the best thing about Rutgers, the most noticeable thing that I took away from Rutgers is because we really help each other do well. We challenge each other in positive ways, and that's what I love about the school.
It's a very collaborative environment. You're not going into a system and taking part of it. You're not being part of a big machine. You're getting involved and you're collaborating with the leaders of the program. And say if my goals get met, then the school's goals get met in the same, it's collaborative.
And how does the business school fit into the broader Rutgers University system and the network?
it's a really exciting time to be part of Rutgers Business School and Rutgers University. We're part of the Big Ten, and that's not just about football, it's also academic. So we're part of the CIC, which is the Consortium of Institutional Cooperation, and it's an academic arm of the Big Ten. So faculty are meeting to discuss research. I meet with the Big Ten MBA directors and deans 2 to 3 times a year. We get together. We email constantly to share best practices. Another part that's really exciting about Rutgers University as a whole is that we're celebrating our 250th anniversary. And if you think about the United States, we signed the Declaration in 1776, and Rutgers University was chartered in 1766. So we're older than the United States of America. And the last piece is that we have a really strong alumni network. We have 350,000 Rutgers University alum and 35,000 Rutgers Business School alum. It's like the perfect storm of just really exciting things that are happening.
So Sharon, you have a lot of things going on. Is there something really new or about to happen?
Yes, so we have 3 new programs. One is a Master's of Business of Fashion. The second one is a Master's of Healthcare Management, and that's going to be online. And then the last one is a Master's of Real Estate, and it's really hit the ground running, and people are really excited for it and clamoring for real estate within the tri-state area and within our region.
Lots of options.
Yes, it's exciting, and we're a big school with a small feel,
Yeah.
so it's really exciting to kind of marry the two of being big and having a lot of opportunity, but also having that small feel of getting to know one another and being really personal at the same time.
I'm proud of what we've been through together, what we've done as a class, as a school, as a year, right? The class of 2015 at RBS.
If you had to offer advice to an applicant, bring yourself back to this process 2.5 years ago, when you're applying to business school, an applicant who wants to get into the program, what's the most important advice that you would give at this point?
I would say do a lot of introspection early on, and when you start your MBA program, be ready to hit the ground running, because the opportunities are there and they will pass you by pretty quickly if you're not prepared to seize them.
Seize the day.
That's
and
right.
the moment.
Big or small, you never know what sort of difference or impact they may make.
Katrina and Paul, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
My pleasure. I'm John Byrne with Poets and Quants. Thanks for watching.